All right, Hot Water, how we doing? I am Stevie. I am delighted to be here. Just for full disclosure, this isn't my day job. About 10 minutes from now, you'll understand why this isn't my day job. I do, though, have a 30-year career within the heavy engineering industry, and that's a completely different sector than the one I joined in the 1980s. Back then, 17-year-old apprentice on the shop floor for the first time, completely green, I knew nothing. This big, fat, horrible, sweaty welder came up to me and he said, "All right, son, you still a virgin?" I didn't know how to answer that, and I was like, he said, "Don't worry, you won't be a virgin by the end of this shift." Now, nothing says welcome to the company more than the promise of being buggered on your first day. Now, if that exchange had happened now, that's a definite call to HR. Back then, didn't even enter my head. But even if it did, HR was a completely different beast. It would have been like, "Hello, 1980s HR. Hello. It's your first day? And Big Jimmy threatened to bum you. Why are you calling us? Oh, you thought that was inappropriate? Well, look, pal, it's just part of your apprenticeship. You've got to take one for the team occasionally. And it is very unlikely that Jimmy will bum you. Today, you want me a formal complaint? I don't even think we've got a form for that. Hold on just now, pal. Debbie, the new guy, he's moaning about the depravity in the shop floor. Right, we're on it, wee man. Now, another thing that used to happen back then that for some reason would be frowned upon today. You'd be on your hands and knees in the shop floor, right, working away. But there was welding going on, there was grinding, so there was naked flames, there was sparks. And every now and again you'd go, shit, something's on fire. You jump up to see what the problem is, and there's two guys having a fag just watching you. And your heart would sink. You'd go, "Oh, fuck." Because what that meant was that what was on fire was you. Because these two little pranksters had sneaked up behind you, set fire to the bottom of your overalls. I'm now happily waiting to see you do the flapping dance of the desperate. You fucking bastards! Hello, 1980s, HR. Oh, fuck, no, you again. What is it this time? Big Charlie set you on fire? Fucking classic, eh? Oh, you know it was just a joke, don't you? But you want to make a formal complaint. I thought you were Debbie. This bleating bitch is at it again. He's moaning about the attempted murders this time. Right, we're on it, wee man. Now, it was a very male-dominated environment back in the shipyards then. There was basically only two topics of conversation. One was sex, the other was football. Neither of which brought me a lot of happiness, to be honest with you. Now, the way that it worked as an apprentice, you worked with an older guy, a tradesman. You worked with this guy every day, and he taught you the job. Unfortunately, for me, that meant I had to suffer this conversation every Monday morning. "All right, wee man, how was your weekend?" And I'd go, "That was good. It was good. Out on Friday, saw a band, had a few beers. Out on Saturday, went to the match. Saturday night, pished, obviously. Just chilled out on Sunday, it was good." And they just look at you. "That's not what I'm asking you, though, is it?" And I'd be like, No, I know that." "Did you get your hole?" And I'd be like, No, I didn't." And he'd let this process for a second before giving his assessment of that situation. "Wanker." Now, you'll find this hard to believe, ladies, because I'm such a snack when you see me right now, right? But back then, I wouldn't have won too many Tom Cruise lookalike competitions, so sex wasn't always guaranteed for me. So I had to suffer that conversation every Monday morning for months. This particular day, I'm walking in, I'd struck out again, I knew what I was getting into, I was all sad, I thought, fuck, I don't believe it. And then I got angry and I thought, no, fuck him, I'm not having him telling me reminding me I'm a wanker. Fuck him, I'm just going to lie. And my whole physiology changed at that point. I went from sad, deflated wee boy to the fourth BG. I walked in with a strut, walked up to the guys I'm working with. "All right, guys, how's it going? Where are we working? Are we working up here, down there, up here, down there?" I had all the confidence that pretend sex gives a 17-year-old boy. I'm now waiting on that question. I want that question. There's about a dozen of us working in this area, and he's forgotten to ask. I'm like, come on, you bastard, fucking ask me. Come on, ask me the fucking question. Eventually he remembers, and he discreetly inquires about my sexual prowess that weekend. He goes, hey, arsehole, do you get your hole? I was like, aye, I did, aye. Now everybody is tuned into this conversation. Did you? I was like, aye, I did, aye. Go into my story. So wee bird down the pub, she's been after me for months. I was never interested before, but I heard it was her birthday weekend and I thought, you're a nice guy, Steve. Treat the girl. So I took her back to... I took her back to hers and I pumped her. I pumped her always. Me on tap, her on tap, from behind, upside down, inside out, back to front. She fucking loved it. Saw her again, the boozer, the next night. She wanted more sex. Obviously, I was fucking fantastic. I was like, chill, darling, chill. I was shagging you wonderfully, and I don't blame you for wanting more wonderfully all last night. But I'm feeling a bit tired, and I don't mind telling you, I've got a bit of a sore tadger. But then I thought... It's her birthday weekend, she deserves something, so I took her down into the toilets. I'm just about to let her suck, and something caught my eye. And in the group of people, there was a female cleaner just resting her head on her brush like that, listening to every word of this utter bullshit. My heart just sank. I went, oh, sorry about that. She didn't even lift her head for the brush. She just looked at me and said, son, you don't have a good wank, can you? Now, a lowly cleaner she may have been, but she was obviously some kind of visionary. Because that statement is as true today as it was 30 years ago when she said it. Now, the second topic of conversation was football. Now, I'm from Glasgow. For those of you that don't know, I've got two very famous football teams there, Celtic and Rangers. Celtic are primarily followed by Catholics. Rangers are primarily followed by Protestants. So this isn't just a sporting rivalry. There's a lot of history in there, a lot of Irish history, a lot of politics, a lot of socio-economic problems, a lot of religion, a lot of sectarianism. And every time these teams meet, there's violence. People get beaten up, people get slashed, people get stabbed. People die. It's a lot of fun. Now, the late 80s, early 90s, that was a difficult time for me because I'm a Celtic fan. And at that period, Celtic were going through a period of transition. Or to put it another way, we were fucking dog shit, right? Rangers, on the other hand, they were flying. Some of the best players in Britain, doing really well in Europe, winning the league in a canter. And I knew this. And I still didn't back away for the Blue Noses in works. I'd be giving, I see this all firm game coming up. This is ours. We're going to fucking pump you. I'd put bets on throughout the shipyard, but it wasn't money. It was chocolate. So the game would be played. Celtic would get royally pumped. And I'd drag a bag of Mars bars the size of a mini metro into the yard on a Monday morning, all the way through into the main construction area. Huge big area, big enough for two warships to be built side by side. Horrible environment, you know, noisy with hammering and the grinding, lots of dust with the smoke and the grinding and the welding, hundreds of men cutting about, loud and smoky, horrible environment. Then something spooky happened. An eerie silence descended across the construction shed as I walked in. Now, whether the Blue Noses could sense that Catholicism was close by, maybe they could smell that unique blend of incense, altar wine and all-priest spunk. I don't know what it was, but they knew I was there. And then something beautiful happened. A big proddy cacophony rose up as 500 Masonic cherubim and cherubim sang in unison their beautiful song of love to me. You are a dirty Mickey bastard. Thanks, guys. Thanks, I needed that. Because back then, I wore that like a badge of honour. Now it's a hate crime. Hello, 1980s, ain't ya? Oh, for fuck's sake. No, you. What the fuck is it this time? Big Billy called you a dirty Fenian bastard. Well, do you support Celtic? Well, he's factually correct then, isn't he? You want to make a formal complaint? Well, here's your problem in that, pal. This is the HR department, but that doesn't stand for Human Resources. That's short for HRH, Queen Elizabeth II's for Queen and Country Department. You're a wee bead rattler. Your team's shite. Now dry your eyes and fuck off. That was then. Now I class myself as a big dick swinger. That wasn't actually a joke, to be honest. I say I'm a big dick swinger because I'm big. I am a complete dick and enjoy swingers parties. But enough about my social life. Let's just finish this wee bit about industry. Now, thankfully, there are still people in this world who hold dear the 1980s ideals of engineering. That was do a good job, have a good laugh when you're doing it, and don't give one shit where those laughs come from, right? Just after lockdown, there was a guy in Australia who wanted to build a new oil refinery from scratch. My company won the order, and I was the job of the project manager to bring this in. Now, I'd never spoken to this guy before until I went out to Australia to meet him. And bear in mind, this is a £1 billion piece of work, and I've got the responsibility to make it happen. This was our first conversation. I said, "Hi, Shane, good to meet you." He said, "Hi, Stevie, glad I met you, mate." And I know what you're thinking. That Australian accent's just another reason this guy reminds me of Rolf Harris. Sure, a fucking bastards. He's like, "Shane, I'm looking forward to working with you, pal. Spend some time in your beautiful country." He said, "Yeah, mate, it's going to be great. Tell me, Steve, have you ever been caught having a wank in the wardrobe?" And I went, "No, Shane, I haven't. No." He said, "I know. It's a fucking brilliant spot, isn't it?" And gentlemen, it is. Now, I promised myself I was going to use that line, but I was too scared. The modern day HR. But last year I got my chance. A young graduate was introduced to me and said, "Hello, Mr. Mitchell, how you doing?" I said, "Mr. Mitchell, nothing, pal. Stevie, Steve, whatever you're comfortable with." "What's your name?" He said, "My name's John." I said, "Nice to meet you, John." "Where did you go to uni?" He said, "I went to Glasgow." I said, "So did I, John. We've got something in common right away. I'm looking forward to working with you. We're going to have a good working relationship." "Tell me, John, you ever been caught having a wank in the wardrobe?" And the colour just rained for John's face. And he said nothing. It could have been 30 seconds. It could have been an hour. My head was in a free fall spin. "You're a fucking idiot." He's going to tell HR, "You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your house. You're a fucking idiot." He's going to tell HR, "You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your house. You're a fucking idiot." And eventually, John spoke. And he said, "Have I ever been caught having a wank in the wardrobe?" I thought I'd taken that down for Instagram. And that's why And that's why engineering's the best sector in the world. You never have to grow up. Guys, I put myself right in the mood. I'm going to go find the nearest wardrobe. You have been fantastic. Thank you, Hot Water. Stevie Mitchell, everybody!